to power is priority. The public must fend for themselves. And amidst all the politics, there's a quick update on the flood situation on the ground in Gujarat, Assam and Rajasthan. Over 190 dead in the flood-ravaged Banaskantha and Patan. The Gujarat government calling it the worst floods of the century. The Chief Minister will be stationed in the affected areas to monitor the situation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced 2 lakh rupees for the dead and 50,000 for those injured in the Assam floods. Over 90 people have lost their lives. The Prime Minister is expected to visit Assam on Tuesday to get a first-hand assessment on the floods. Rajasthan Chief Minister Vasundhara Raje conducted an aerial survey of Jalore district, which is said to be the worst affected. More than 11,000 people have been rescued. 2 lakh rupees for the dead and 50,000 for those injured has now been announced by the Prime Minister's office. Is the Congress acknowledging Ahmed Patel's defeat in the upcoming Rajya Sabha elections from Gujarat already?
Ahmed Patel is not contesting there as political secretary of Congress president. I don't want to involve the name of Mrs. Gandhi every time you talk of Ahmed Patel.
With Patel facing possible defeat in the upcoming Rajya Sabha elections from Gujarat, is the Congress rushing to defend Sonia Gandhi? The Congress is worried that Patel's defeat would raise questions over Gandhi's leadership as the Congress president at a time when opposition unity is in disarray. Senior Congress leader Ghulam Nabi Azad though says there was no link between Ahmed Patel and Sonia Gandhi's leadership in any case. But why even bother to make the statement?
I don't want to involve the name of Mrs. Gandhi every time you talk of Ahmed Patel.
It was an exciting weekend in Ottawa where a giant spider and a dragon chased each other through the streets. Traffic came to a complete stop for the 4-day spectacle, with the monsters of La Machine, a French performance company, battling it out on Ottawa's streets. The mechanical spider Kumo was unveiled at a spectacular show at the city's Notre Dame Cathedral, followed by the dragon horse Longma, awoken by the mayor at City Hall. The performance, which was a cross between a parade and street theatre, saw the 2 mechanical monsters face off outside the city's landmarks. The performance was part of Canada's 150th birthday celebrations. Venezuela saw a wave of bloodshed where 10 people were killed after troops cracked down on violent protests against the upcoming elections. The polls are set to choose members of a powerful assembly which will rewrite Venezuela's constitution. Protesters attacked polling stations and barricaded streets around the country, drawing a bloody response from security forces who opened fire with live ammunition in many cases. The Supreme Court has asked veteran actor Dilip Kumar to resolve a property dispute amicably with his real estate developer. The actor's bungalow at Pali Hill, spread over 22,000 square feet in the upscale neighborhood, was demolished in 2008 to make way for a multi-story building. Since then, however, the team was upset by some legal tangles. A major controversy erupted over the engraved Bhagavad Gita at the recently inaugurated APJ Abdul Kalam Memorial in Rameshwaram. To diffuse the row, the late president's family members placed a Quran and a Bible at the statue as well. The move too ran into trouble with the leader of a local Hindu outfit objecting to with political violence spiking in Kerala as the CPM and BJP workers go head-to-head, the pressure is starting to tell on the Kerala Chief Minister. That's the Chief Minister screaming "Get out" at reporters and camera persons. Pinarayi Vijayan, along with the CPI and State Secretary Kodiyedi Balakrishnan, had just arrived for a meeting with the RSS BJP leadership. Though the Chief Minister did later brief the press, he offered no explanation for his outburst. The killing of an RSS worker in Thiruvananthapuram is the latest in the increasing violence between the RSS and the CPM. There have been also several incidents of attacks on houses of rival partymen in the last few days.
CPM is behind it. There is no doubt. Police is supporting the CPM Gundas under the administration of Pinarayi Vijayan.
Now an all-party meeting will be held on the 6th of August and CPM, BJP, RSS talks are to be held in Thiruvananthapuram, Kannur and Kottayam. Will these meetings help end the circle of political violence in Kerala? The Snapdeal-Flipkart merger has now been called off. Here's what we know. A Snapdeal statement says that the company has terminated all talks for a distressed sale to its arch-rival Flipkart and wants to pursue an independent path. The company says it expects to be financially self-sustainable with the sale of all its assets. Now, this is most likely a reference to the 385 crore rupee deal with Axis Bank for Snapdeal's payment unit free charge, a sale that's given Snapdeal a vital cash injection. Now, the key stakeholder, SoftBank, has also supported the company in this decision. In more news, when hunger strikes you, you need to reach out for some food, even if you're an elephant on a highway. This elephant clearly has a jumbo appetite. It stopped this truck in Bengal's West Midnapore area, reached out with its trunk, and helped itself to the potatoes that the truck was loaded with. The hungry tusker was enjoying its potato buffet so much that it was oblivious to the crowd that gathered to watch the sight. The latest shake-up in the Trump administration comes with the announcement of a new White House chief of staff.
Reince
is a good man. John Kelly will do a fantastic job.
Retired Marine, General and Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly is on his way to become White House Chief of Staff, ending former Chief of Staff Reince Priebus's turbulent 6-month tenure.
I think the president wants to go a different direction, wants a little bit more discipline, a little more structure in there.
In his first interview, just hours after the news broke, Priebus continued to defend the president and his own commitment to Trump's mission.
I'm always going to be a Trump fan. I'm on Team Trump, and I look forward to helping him achieve his goals and his agenda for the American people.
Spoiling that is Russian President Vladimir Putin. He's asked 755 U.S. employees to leave the country.
It's a long time for things to perhaps change for the better. We had such hope that the situation would change, but judging by the situation, that will not be soon.
Putin making good on his threats against the U.S. over a pending new bill imposing sanctions.
1,000 or so employees, diplomats, and technical workers have worked and still work in Russia. 755 will have to stop their activities in the Russian Federation.
The sanctions bill would give the Congress more power to stop Trump from easing sanctions against Moscow. Trump has indicated he will sign the sanctions bill. Russia will now be home to only a few hundred American workers as tension mounts between the two countries. A Lufthansa flight traveling from Bogota to Germany had a surprise guest popping out mid-air after a woman slipped into labor while flying over the Atlantic Ocean. Luckily, the call for "Is there a doctor in the house?" was answered by 3 people on board who, with the help of the cabin crew, helped deliver the baby without any complications. The woman was so relieved, she named her newborn son Nikolai after one of the doctors. She certainly picked the right airline to fly by. This has been the 11th birth on a Lufthansa flight since 1965. The opposition attempted to corner the government in the Lok Sabha today over the increasing incidents of mob violence and lynchings in the country.
कानून की व्यवस्था हर जगह बिगड़ती जा रही है। प्रधानमंत्री जी अपनी बात नहीं कहते। इस देश को हिंदुस्तान रखो, बलूचिस्तान मत बनाओ।
Not in my name, the campaign demanding a check on repeated cases of lynchings over beef have now found support in the armed forces veterans. They've written an open letter to Prime Minister Modi condemning the increasing number of attacks against Muslims and Dalits. 114 ex-servicemen said they stand for unity and diversity, adding that the current situation in the country is that of fear, hate and suspicion. CNN News 18 had carried forward the Not in My Name campaign. Superstar Kamal Hassan is in the crosshairs of yet another political party, with the most recent attack coming at the hands of the Putiya Tamargam. The fringe groups sent a 100 crore rupee worth legal defamation notice against Kamal Hassan and other 4 on the reality show Tamil Big Boss. Party President K. Krishnaswamy demanded an apology from the actor and the channel over certain comments made on the program.